Pump now on the market. Viktor Gyökeres would have said yes to Arsenal, and the deal may have been closed by surprise. While everyone was looking at another name, the Swedish would have given the green light and the Arsenal moved the shadows. What happened behind the scenes? Why did no one see this coming? And what does that change to the cast now? Stay with me, because what I will tell you here, nobody is telling you. This is urgent, it is exclusive, and can change everything in the season. And let's go to today's news. But first, just check it out if you are already subscribed to the channel, because the next videos will be a series of content that will help you stay informed about everything related to Arsenal the Gunners. Activates the notification bell and select the option all. Done that, we will send everything last minute that comes out of the behind the scenes Arsenal. Gunners, we have a goal of likes to hit this 144 likes video. In the last video, we hit the goal in less than an hour. Proof that it is Root Gunners and leaves the like for us to hit this goal soon. Guys, it's boiling the transfer market in Arsenal, and the name of Viktor Gyökeres has become the center of attention. The guy who detonated in Portugal with 54 goals in 52 matches is now in the Gunners. Sources say he has already communicated his family that he hopes to hit with Arsenal, and hiring can be the first big scam of summer. The contribution comes precisely in the sector that hurts the most, the attack. The crowd is already released to think of thinking. However, Sporting is still firm, demanding more. The club president insists that there is no official proposal, nothing below the 85 million clause, and if it were for him, the guy would only go out for it or nothing. There is such a gentleman's agreement pointing between 60 and 70 million, but became ugly bullshit. Gyokeres feels betrayed, made it clear that he doesn't want to stay, and even refused a meeting to calm his spirits. Arsenal, in turn, has already made the movement. It offered around $55 million fixed, more a $10 million in bonuses. The famous take it or leave it. But Sporting didn't even want to hear it well. Worse, now rumors are emerging that Juve can enter the dispute, preparing 8 pieces to make the business viable. The market was hot for real. Within the club, the new sports director Andrea Berta would have signaled that he is willing to pay up to about $60–70 million, yet preferring not to burst the ceiling. Strategic calm seems to be the motto, but compared to the rivals that have already acted, that uncertainty arises. And time runs. The championship starts in August, and the Arsenal needs to close it soon. At the same time, Benjamin Sesko has always been in the considered, but Gyokeres' outbreak changed everything. Now the focus is on one or the other. You can only hire one. Slovenia is cheaper, among $65–70 million, and already has a very advanced agreement. Arteta would have already expressed preference for the Swedish giant, but negotiations in parallel follow happening. The window barely opened, officially reopened on June 16th, and Arsenal is already experiencing tension. While Liverpool rivals have closed Wirtz, Gunners walk slowly. The press questions: is everything under control, or will the ball escape? That fear of inspiration with the money triggered around Emirates. The internal pressure is not just from the outside. Kai Havertz finished the season with just 9 goals, modest numbers for a born top scorer. Gunners need someone to solve. Gyokeres fits perfectly with this voracious profile. This potential for destruction of defenses makes the heart of Arteta accelerate. And that's where the crowd comes into action, my friends. You can only calm down when the Swedish wears the red and white. The provocation is, right, I believe. If you trust Arsenal will win the next game. The crowd gets involved, creates that connection, you know? This type of call connects the fire to the audience. Returning to the countryside, it is worth remembering that Gyokeres was elected the best player of Sweden in 2024, scored a historic goal at Champions, and continues to break records in Portugal. Skill, physical strength, goal-bearing. It's the full package. Emirates vibrates just imagining. However, now the soap opera, Sporting increases demand, Juve prepares onslaught, and Arsenal. If the Portuguese do not lower the price, it can come. If not, Plan C in action. Hugo Ekitike, João Pedro, to Julian Alvarez gain strength as alternatives. Within the club there is fear. What if no one arrives? The calendar requires decisive strikers before the return of the big games, especially when Klopp and City Bus is already flying. This scenario pressures Arteta to act with intelligence and speed. And there is more. Declan Rice enjoyed Gyokeres' photo on Instagram. It may seem silly, but it signals. The cast vibrates. Leaders want the guy. This gives more strength in the internal campaign through the Swedish. The tension becomes excitement, that of, we want this here, let's put it ahead. Sporting is still hardened. Frederico Varandas promises that he does not sell for less and does not accept blackmail. The war is serrated. The Portuguese crowd, of course, maintenance of identity above all. At the same time, sources reveal that Juve will not make it easier. Balances the market looking for more options, but if the ball falls to Italy's giant, it can bring exchanges. This leaves the negotiation unpredictable, and the Arsenal, with arms crossed, watches the auction. Despite the chaos, the club keeps calm. Berta's approach is patient. Strategy is multilateral. They said they would do business after the preseason began. He understands that the dosage is worth more than volume. But the crowd wants to see the confirmed name and broken carte blanche. Therefore, another provocation arises. Declare, I'm Gunner. If you support the team in any situation, victory or defeat, we pull the emotional because you know that engagement is part of building community with blood in your eyes. All pieces of the breakfast show that Gyokeres is a spearhead, dreamed of Arteta and the fans. Hiring can be the definitive turn of the window to the Arsenal, but negotiations are still blocked by value, creating tension and expectation. If the offer of AO 55-10 hold, Sporting hesitates, youth failure, it will be time to close deal. But if the Portuguese maintain an insurmountable wall, it touches the plan B immediately. The ambition of the year requires accurate action. Then comes that question. Sesko may be flat, but it does not guarantee the immediate impact like the Swedish. And the cast needs someone who unbalances from the beginning. The choice between sowing the ideal or ensuring emergency stirs the heart of the fans. Imagine, if Gyokeres arrived, Havertz is born again as the second steering wheel. Bukayo breathes, Saka flies. Attack gains instant carrot. If not, Arteta will have to live 2025-26 with the same face last season. That taste of and if. And without curling, rumors say that Gyokeres gave ultimatum. Either low price or will put themselves in the market via strike and total rebellion. This pressure from the player arouses sympathy, but also legal and climate risks with Sporting. But calm. Arsenal knows the limits in the economic wins. Want to pay less or negotiate bonuses or deadline. The fact that they have not closed may indicate that the meeting was well calculated. The strategic silence is weapon. Meanwhile, Emirates boils in active crowd. Everyone with an eye on the feed. Headlines, eager to see, here we go. It's normal. 35-54, year-old crowd suffers, recalls past seasons, and wants to see results. By this time, I ask, with this all-turbulence scenario, who is confident that Arsenal will close the deal with Gyokeres? Declare confident if you think Arsenal will win away from home this week. And I say more. Regardless of the outcome, it draws the market attention. It is evident that Arsenal is not joking, invests heavily, and scares rivals. Whether with Gyokeres, Sesko, or Plan C, the message has already been given. It is to rise level. Other casts have already moved. Arsenal is still under construction. But each indecision, each rumor, only reinforces that it is top priority. This dynamic makes the community grow. Comment design. Who signs the feeling now? And for the most experienced UK, Kenya, Nigeria, the stop is this. Market on fire. Arsenal wants to solve. The voice of the crowd weighs. The crowd is ready to feel every step. The time is to wait for the real here we go, with official negotiations, presentation, interview, everything. This moves with the heart of those who live in the emotion of goals. In postpartum debates, breakfast with highlights. Meanwhile, I would challenge you. Let I support. It is believed that Arteta is the right coach for the team. Support really sense, loud voice, soul of people who prefer tactical with pressure or possession without fear. Thanks for watching here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue receiving the next content. Now go to our playlist that will appear on the screen or in the comment set with all the last-minute news from Arsenal, and stay inside behind the scenes, highlights, last-minute controversies, transfers, all about Team the Gunners. Until the next video.